The case? Loper Bright Enterprises versus Raimondo. A group of New Jersey herring fishermen are challenging a national marine fisheries service regulation requiring fishing companies to pay for inspector observers on their boats. These observers are part of a monitoring system created by an agency under the Department of Commerce to make sure there's no overfishing. The costs for these companies, big or small, can exceed $700 a day.
There's going to be plenty of trips that monitor will make more than myself or my crew.
You know that a lot of thought went into what level of observing they were going to ask for the fishermen to cover in order to try to limit that cost down to the minimum amount.
The Loper Bright case could wind up overturning what's known as the Chevron deference doctrine. This interpretation of the relationship between the power courts have and that of federal agencies emerged from a 1984 case called Chevron versus Natural Resources Defense Council, where the court ruled that federal agencies can interpret laws that are ambiguous, relying on the knowledge of their own subject matter experts. Chevron enables federal agencies to fill in any gaps in legislation that may be vague. The doctrine ultimately shifted power from the courts and Congress to agencies like the Food and Drug Administration, the Environmental Protection Agency, and others. The argument now is that federal agencies often have too much power and lack public accountability and transparency.
The concerns that I have about paying for the monitoring is that long-term, is it financially feasible? Because I'm on such small margins now.
But those in support of Chevron doctrine say allowing experts at federal agencies to establish regulations about important matters that legislation does not address is a matter of safety. And those regulations are created within a detailed public process and aren't finalized until there are formal notices and opportunities for critiques and comments.
What happens to all the other parts of the government that we rely on to keep us safe from toxins exposures and to keep our workplaces safe? They'll be relying on individual judges to use their judgment about what keeps us safe, what would overfishing be